If you don't know who you are, then go for a run, because you will be challenged like you never have before. Last summer, I started running because, one, I wanted to become a firefighter at the time, and I thought that firefighters need to have great cardio for when they're, doing firefighter shit, right? I thought, okay, running will help me get there, right? Running will improve my cardiovascular system, it'll help my lungs, I'll just improve my cardio overall. And then also I started running because I read Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins, and I was obviously inspired to start running because of him. So for those two reasons, I started running. I can't explain to you just how torturous running is, because for however many minutes you are running, 20, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, it is just you and your thoughts. And that is a scary thing. So much of our lives nowadays are filled with distractions. We're distracted by social media. We are constantly distracted, and we focus very little on ourselves and on what we want. And we don't spend basically any time with our thoughts. We are constantly distracted. We are too distracted externally to focus on what our internal side of us is saying. And I would suggest when you run, you don't have any music, because it helps be more torturous. When you run, it is just you and your thoughts, you and your demons, for however many minutes you run for. I promise you, when you start running, you will question everything you thought you knew about yourself, and you will see where you are strong in your life, and you will see where you are weak in your life through a long run. Real quickly, if you don't know who I am, my name is Matthew, and I help men become the biggest version of themselves through self-improvement. I'm trying to reach 100 subscribers by the end of this year. I'm at 32 right now when this video comes out, so if you could like and subscribe and do all that shit, I'd really appreciate it. It really helps out. Back to the video. For my first run a year ago, I think I just did 1 mile. I think that's the run I did. When I did my first run, I found out very quickly that I am a wimp. So I'm a wimp when it came to my physical health. Like, I got tired like immediately when I started running, and I wasn't like running fast or anything either. It's a mile, so you're supposed to kind of pace yourself. Yeah, I got tired like after like 20 seconds of running. Like, I'm not even kidding, it was terrible. And then I just kind of had to like grudge my way for the rest of the mile. And then I was very weak mentally. Like, immediately when I started running, my brain was like, why are you doing this? This doesn't make any sense. Why would you put yourself through this? That you're too weak to do this. There's nothing really, there's no benefits really out of this. The cons outweigh the pros. That this is pointless, it's stupid. All of those negative thoughts were coming into my head, popping left and right immediately when I started to run. I'm not even kidding. Like, when I took that first step, it was like, why are you doing this? And I had to deal with that for the rest of the mile. And that is what you will go through as well. And so I found out that I am weak that way. But I also found out where I am strong. I found out that I am not a quitter, and that I have a very strong determination for something when I want it. Immediately, I was hurting physically and I was hurting mentally, like from the get-go. But despite that, I still ran the entire time. I didn't take any breaks. I didn't, go at a very slow pace. I didn't walk for a little bit of time. I just kept on jogging. I just kept on going despite being weak mentally and physically. My determination was too strong for me to quit. And then I started to run 2 miles. And the same thing, I was weak mentally, physically, but I was still very strong with my determination. So I kept going. Then 3 miles, 4 miles, 5 miles. I'm at that point now where I can run 5 miles. And I don't have the best time, I'll admit, but I go at a pace that is still uncomfortable for me. But I still do it despite being physically and mentally weak. When you go for a run, you will question everything about your life. You will question past memories. You will question your future. You will question the present, why you are putting your body and your brain through this type of torture. But that is honestly why it's one of the best things that you can do for your life. It's one of the hardest, but by doing it, it becomes one of the best things that you can do physically, mentally, spiritually for your life. One is because Men become stronger men by doing things that they don't want to do. And so when I run, there's very little times where I look forward to running. If I have like if I kind of have a shorter run, so like if I have like a mile or 2 miles compared to the 5 miles that I run, then I will kind of look forward to that, because it's like, okay, it's a little break from the full 5 miles, right? But for the most part, when I have a run scheduled, I am not looking forward to it at all. And running through it, like I said, is like hell. It is something that I don't want to do, something that even professional runners like marathoners or ultra marathon people, Ironmen, something that they don't look forward to as well. But that is why it is so good for you as a man. Also, running is a delayed gratification habit. So it does not feel good in the moment at all. But once you are done, you feel this overwhelming sense of accomplishment and success, knowing that you could have wasted those 30 minutes doom scrolling or watching porn or just playing video games, but instead you put your body and your brain through hell so that it can become stronger. And that is what delayed gratification is. It doesn't feel great in the moment, but it is the best thing for you long term. Not only are you getting physically stronger, your legs getting stronger, your cardiovascular system improving and everything, but you become mentally tougher and more disciplined and more consistent in your life. And by running, that helps you in your entire life, because you are training yourself to become more disciplined, more consistent, and that will help you in other aspects of your life, in your business, in your social life, in just every part of your life. So if you don't know who you are, go for a long run, because you will find out exactly who you are right when you take that first step. And I'm not even kidding. Also, if you don't really have any confidence in yourself and you want to have more confidence in yourself, you want to have evidence that you are important, that you can do something exceptional, I'm going to read you something that surprised me. So out of the entire world right now, I think there's 8 billion people in the world. Only 10 through 15% of the entire world has run a 5K. A 5K is 3.1 miles or 3.2, I'm not sure. Only 10 through 15% of the entire world has done that. Do you know how short 3 miles is? It's not that long. And then less than 10% of the entire world has ran a 10K. A 10K is 6.2 miles. Less than 10% of the entire world has ran 6 miles. And then less than 1% of the entire world has ran a half marathon. A half marathon is 13.2 miles. Less than 1%. You have 100 people in a room, and there potentially is a chance that none of them has ever ran 13.2 miles. Maybe one of them has, but it's less than 1% of the entire world. So chances are none of them has ran a half marathon in their entire lives. And then obviously less than 1% has ran a full marathon in their lives, 26.2 miles. So if you want to be more than what most people are, if you want to become exceptional, if you want to stand out in this type of world, then literally run a 5K, run a 10K. You will automatically do something that less than 10% of the entire world has done already. And then you can run a half marathon. And then you will have done something that less than 1% of the entire world has done. And you want to know why these percentages are so small? It's because people hate running. It is, like I said, hell. It is torturous. But it is so good for you at the same time. It is something that makes you, again, physically, mentally stronger. You become more determined, more disciplined. It is one of the best things that you can do for your life. People avoid it because it hurts so much. They avoid it because it is torture. They don't want to go through that. They would rather spend their time on the couch eating chips and watching Stranger Things, while you are out there running those miles, getting the work done, doing something that you don't want to do, but you know that it is good for you in the long term, because you are becoming mentally and physically stronger. So go for a run, and it will change everything about who you are, and you will become a stronger and bigger version of yourself through running. I myself am going to run a half marathon in October. I'm currently training for it right now, and I can't wait for the challenge because I know it's going to be challenging. It's going to be very, very hard, but I'm looking forward to becoming stronger and becoming a better version of myself. So this is your message to sign up for a half marathon, for a full marathon, for a 10K, for a 5K, even just to go outside right now and run 1 mile. Just anything that makes you uncomfortable, do that. This is your sign to do that right now. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like and subscribe and do all that shit. My name is Matthew, and I'll see you next time.